Oh, you startled me. Of course. I love it when my friends come to visit me. Just shut the door tightly behind you, please. The fort is nice, quieter, darker than the rest of the circus. The lights don't press in as much. Even our rooms, when you switch the lights off, they still feel mechanical, right? This is better, don't you think? I've heard you come up to the fort and hesitate a couple of times. Seen you linger around through the gaps. You doing all right? I see. I know how it can feel in this circus. This place makes everything feel heavier than it should be. Feels like you're pinned to the floor under a pile of bricks, and every minute another one gets tossed onto the pile, right? You know, some bugs hide in dark places when they're stressed. It could be the same for some people, too. When an area presents too much stimuli, like being too bright, wide, and loud, it can overwhelm our senses. So a place like this, a small, quiet, and dimly lit fort, it can remove a lot of that overload. It's not running away. It's more like waiting somewhere safe until things stop being so loud. Sometimes they come in here, you know? The bugs, I mean. I don't mind. They don't judge anything. They just exist. I saw a beetle earlier. I think it was missing a leg. Still walking, though. I think that's impressive. You don't have to be perfect to keep going. I watched it for a bit. Seemed a little confused, but kind of still knew where it was headed. I think it was a cockroach. No, it was thinner and had hard glossy wing covers. A ground beetle! That's what it was! I always mix the two up. Rainy days can be dangerous for some insects, like bees or butterflies. A butterfly's wings are delicate, covered in tiny scales that can become heavy when waterlogged. A raindrop can be really heavy to a butterfly, like absurdly heavy. Imagine that. Something so small, feeling like everything. It's kind of like wearing a cotton sweater when the downpour starts. That's why butterflies seek shelter in places like tree hollows. Sure, the rain outside doesn't stop, but it's a safe place to wait it out. The sun will come back eventually. Ragatha would probably check on you, you know? She's an empath, notices when people are struggling, even when she pretends not to worry. Out of everyone in the circus, Ragatha and I have been here the longest. We've watched our friends go through the highs and lows of love and loss, and been through it quite a bit ourselves. Jax, he'd probably make a joke about it, but he'd stick around anyway. He's been through the ringer and has changed a lot since he got here. But despite swearing off connection after his best friend abstracted, he's gotten close to Pomni. He comes in here sometimes to talk to me, just like you are now. Talking about your feelings with someone, even if it's someone you trust, it takes a lot of courage. I'm proud of both of you for that. Speaking of Pomni, I think she'd understand what you're going through. I think she's still figuring out how to sit with it too. You're not alone, trying to make sense of things. Do you hear that? The circus. It never really stops, huh? Even at night, when it's quiet, there's always something going on. A carousel still spinning, the carnival outside still running, or Kane doing something, making small adjustments, I think. It gets loud. Too loud, sometimes. That's why I like it in here. The fort doesn't echo things back at you. It just lets them breathe. The circus is a lot like the real world, if you think about it. Sometimes life is good, great, even. Everything is stable. Your routine of going on adventures, eating, free time, sleeping, your loved ones. Then there are hard times, adventures that get under your skin, arguments with people you care about, nightmares, and being bored to tears when you don't know how to occupy your free time. Then there are downright awful times. When someone you love abstracts, and you have to go through the album of memories you have of them, accept that they're gone, and try not to abstract yourself. You lose yourself in the past, continually asking yourself, what could I have done more to be there for them? Trying to barter with the circus to take you back, or bring them back and try and fix it, to be there for them when they needed you. I've done that quite a bit. When I first got here, I had someone with me I had basically been attached at the hip to in the real world. We had been together through thick and thin already, and the circus was no different. If it were up to us, we wouldn't be apart for even a minute. Then things changed quickly. Too quickly. Losing her was the heaviest the bricks on my back had ever gotten. She liked it in here, too. She said it felt closer to real life. Queenie always did know how to ground me. Out there, we were both pretty work-focused. There were times we got so caught up in something we were doing, we wouldn't know what time it was until our stomachs began growling. I hated having to pull her away from pinning a bug for a shadow box. Her eyes were so bright while she put those together. Said the little guy wouldn't be forgotten once it was up on the wall. She once told me, the way things change here in the circus is like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. When you get here, you're basically blind. You have no idea where you are, or what's going on. You just have to keep moving forward. I think she understood things faster than I did. Or maybe I just didn't want to understand. You get used to the way things are, then something happens, and you need to take a while to be alone. Sometimes this isn't the best thing, but bugs don't go backwards. They just keep moving through whatever comes next. I'm still trying to learn that part. Are you cold? Here, I have a blanket around here. Somewhere. Ah, there you are, you little devil. This side has the softer pillows. Why don't you lay here instead? I kept it warm for you. Just cover your feet here. There. Comfortable? Good. I know you've got a lot going on right now, and it feels like everything you take off your plate just adds to bigger, heavier things. But when things get that low, there's not a lot of ways left to go. You're still here. That's not nothing. Even if it doesn't feel like it counts, it does. Just moving at all. You don't have to take big steps. Small ones are fine. Steps or shuffles. Mostly shuffles for me. I think that's the important part. So you're always welcome to come into the fort and stay as long as you need. To talk, to rest, or even just enjoy the presence of another person. Stick bugs can regenerate a missing leg or an antenna, During the next molt, ants form groups to pick up heavy obstacles, and ladybugs come together to keep warm on cold days. Things keep going, even when it's hard. So I think you probably can too. Tomorrow is weird. Sometimes it shows up, sometimes it just changes shape on you. But usually, it comes back around. You can stay as long as you need. There's no schedule under the pillows. No adventures. No expectations. Just quiet. If you fall asleep, that's okay too. What else are pillows for? I'll still be here when you wake up. When you get some good rest, things feel lighter, or at least easier to carry. They won't go away, of course, but the bricks shift a little. Get some rest, little butterfly.